So in today's video, I'm going to do a tutorial and teach you how you can import your MyCAREER character or any MyCAREER character of your choice into any era that's available on NBA 2K. What I mean by that is that you can import a player into the Curry era, the Jordan era, the LeBron era, the Kobe era, etc. You can play MyCAREER in any era of your choice. I'm going to do a full breakdown, a full tutorial on how you can do it, what you need to know, what you need to change, and how you can get started by today. Guys, if you do enjoy the video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 1,000 subs. We're on the road to hitting it, and we're going to hit it by the end of next month. My name's Hamza Hoops, and let's get started with the video. Alright, so let's begin the tutorial. Obviously, the regular MyCAREER file is, as you all know, you just access your build and play. But what we're going to be doing today is slightly different. We're going to go into the My NBA errors. You're going to click on the My NBA errors, and you're going to click on the very first file you see, which is the My NBA, right? So obviously I make a lot of My League videos, so I have a lot of files open. But what you want to do is you want to open a brand new file, right? So we click on a new file, and it's going to take us to the main menu where it shows us the 5 or the 6 different errors that you can currently play in, right? So you have the Magic v Bird, you have the Jordan, you have the Kobe, you have the LeBron, you have the Steph, and then you have the modern or current era. We're not going to do the modern era today because the whole point of the video is going back in time. But this is really helpful for example, if after the AD trade, if you were playing on the Mavericks, you would have still had to play with Luka. Or if you was on the Lakers, you would have still had to play with AD. What I did was I came over here, modern era, I applied to today. So it gave us all the updated rosters, and then I imported my player and then played with the Mavericks with AD and Kyrie. But the whole point of today's video is going back in time. I'm going to go into the Curry era because is one of the best eras that we had in recent history. And basically, I'm going to teach you how you can import your MyCAREER player onto here. All right, so a quick tutorial on how to set up the Curry era so you can apply your My player and then start playing in that specific year. Basically, what you're going to have to do is you've got all these files and all these slides that you want to take care of. I advise that you don't touch anything. Generally, they're all kind of ready for you. All you have to do is click advance for now, right? So you click advance, and that's going to take you to the list of teams. Now in the Curry era, I'm going to say, let's say I want to play on the Celtics, right? I'm a Celtics fan. I want to play with Isaiah Thomas. So I choose the Celtics. Now what's going to happen is it's going to apply that year, and it's going to say use the 2017 draft. If you want to make the MyCAREER kind of story real, use the drafts they give you. Don't auto-generate or don't make your own draft. Right, so we've used the 2017 draft class, and now we're in. Now we're currently in the 2016 season in the Curry era. And as you can see, the Celtics have Isaiah Thomas, Al Horford, Jay Crowder, Marcus Smart, Kelly Olynyk, Jaylen Brown, rookie Jaylen Brown, and the list goes on, right? And as you can see, LeBron is on the Cavs, the super team on the Warriors that just started with KD and them. Every team is there because that's the official 2K roster. You're gonna have every team there. So now let's get into applying the player onto the roster so you can officially start playing with him. And for me, I always make my builds as small forward. Now, before we do that, I do have to tell you something that is very important to know. What you're going to be doing today is very much different to the regular MyCAREER, because in the MyCAREER, when you first buy the game and start playing MyCAREER, everything is set up for you, and all you have to do is make your build. Now in here, you don't really make a build. It's more of you import a player, you give him the stats, you give him the SIGs, you give him all the animations you want, and then you play. So it's pretty much easy mode. You're not paying any money. You're essentially making the player however much high rated he is. You can make him a 70 overall, you can make him a 99 overall. But the whole concept is that you import a player and you give him all the animations and SIGs that you want, and you start playing. You play a lock and you start playing. So let's start with that, right? So I'm going to go to the lowest overall player. There's going to be a lot of filler players in these kind of files, and let's just go to Ben. I want to import my player in the place of this guy, right? So then I go into import player DNA, and I will load or download NBA player DNA. Essentially, what you can do is you can import any player on the online files that you want, or you can go to your files and import a player from your own files. Because I make MyCAREER series on TikTok, I've already done it twice. So I have 2 players that I always use in MyCAREER, which are technically the brothers. Oh wow, we have 118 downloads on Asil. That's crazy, I didn't know. Essentially, let's just say I use Asil Kareem, right? And essentially, I've got Kareem ready to play really because I've done the build already, given him the stats, the attributes and everything. But that's too easy and you guys won't exactly know how to do it. So we're gonna do it from scratch today. So in order to do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna back out to the main menu, go into the settings, in options, settings, and then we're gonna create a player, right? So it's gonna let you know now you can create your own player. Obviously, I'm not going to take too long on the vitals and the appearance, but essentially you can name him whatever you want. Let's just say I'm going to name him KJ, for example, KJ, and then last name, let's just say we're going to do Hamza Hoops. Right, so we've named the guy KJ Hamza Hoops, I guess that's his name. right? You can give him a nickname, you can give him position. We're going to make him a small forward, and we're going to make his secondary position a power forward. Ordered the birth details, etc. That's not important to me. The most important thing is, but to do this really quickly and go through everything specifically and in detail, this is essentially what's in the vitals. This is unnecessary stuff, to be honest. Injuries, obviously you want him to be healthy. You can force him to be a non-starter, which is cool. If you want to start off as like an underdog, if you want to start off that you just started off from college or something, or somewhat, you can make it on for 1 season, or you can make it on permanently and then change it after. But let's just say we'll make it on for 1 season, right? All this stuff is not really important. That's just the play types that you can basically edit by yourself. Essentially, we're going to go to appearance. Again, I'm not going to spend too long. You guys know how to do appearance. You can design the player you want. I'm just going to go with this guy, right? We're going to go with this guy. That's the face cam we're going to use for today. But now we're going to get into the important stuff. And this is equivalent to you creating a build on the MyCAREER. So now you go onto the body and you choose the height that you want, right? I want my player to be 6'9". I want him to be 230 pounds, right? Oh, that's a bit too much. Let's just say I want him to be 210 pounds, right? You can adjust your wingspan, you can adjust your shoulder length, you can adjust your neck length, which you can't really do in MyCAREER, and you can adjust your trunk. You can either make it crazy low, which is ridiculous, or you can make it crazy high. Sounds about right. Then obviously you have your tattoos. You can add tattoos for free. That's no problem. Every tattoo that you have in the MyCAREER is available here as well. Let's just say I apply this on his arm, and we're gonna go with that tattoo for the day, right? So that's gonna be the tattoo. Actually, I'm gonna add another one. So we've applied the sleeves, and that's just how you put your tats on if you want to make your player a bit drippy, stuff like that. Now we have your shoes and gear. I want to get to that stuff at the end. The most important thing right now is the stats, it's the attributes. So essentially, you've just added a player that 2K made for you. You don't know what overall this guy is, and you want to make him however good you want. You know what I'm trying to say? I want to make his driving layup about an 88. I want to make his post fade about a 95. I want to make him a post scorer, like a proper guy in the paint. I want to get his mid-range to about 90. because I want to play in the mid-range. You can have a 75-3 or 78-3. I don't want him to be shooting that many threes. We're playing in a Curry era where threes weren't just starting to take over. So let's just give him a 75-3. Then you give him your free throws, you give him your ball handle, etc. So now you fill up your stats. So basically you're just filling up your stats. Let's just say you want him to be able to pass the ball and be a playmaker from the free position. Let's say you want to put his standing dunk up, of course, because he's 6'9", he can dunk. And then his driving dunk, you want him to be a slasher. This is the kind of stuff that you can sit down and edit yourself, but they're important because that's what makes your player good in the game. Speed, you want to put his speed up to around an 83, 84. You don't want to make it too unrealistic where the player is extremely fast because it does become a bit boring and not fun. You want to make it realistic. You want to make it as if it was actually a MyCAREER player and you're grinding. So you can start off being really bad. Now I'm giving you stats. I'm applying crazy stats to the player. You can start off with 70s and have the player be about a 76 or 78 overall and give him high potential. And essentially, as you're playing good throughout the seasons, the player will actually become slightly better. But you can just do it manually and give the guy the stats, which is what most people do. Right, so now that we're done with the stats and the attributes, we want to move on to the badges. Right, you want to give your guy badges. Obviously, without badges, if you play on Hall of Fame, it's going to be very, very difficult. So let's say we give this guy float game of silver, posterizer on Hall of Fame. Let's say we give him aerial wizard on gold. Now moving on to the badges for the outside scoring. That was the first one was inside scoring. This one is outside scoring. Let's say we give him post fade phenom on Hall of Fame because I want him to be that mid-range guy. You know what I'm trying to say? Shifty shooter on silver and set shot specialist on silver. And then let's just say we give him all these badges and then we move on to defending badges as well. But I'm just walking you through it, but that's the whole point. You give him the badges, right? So we've made him and we've given him the badges. Now you want to move on to the most important thing outside of attributes, right? So as I mentioned earlier, the most important thing outside of attributes and badges is your signatures. We all know when we play MyCAREER, we want to have specific signatures on our players in order for them to move the best. And you can do it here. Yeah, I'm trying to say you can create your jump shot, you can create your dunk package and layup package. You can apply all the shooting sigs you want, your go-to shot, your ball handling, your dribbling, everything is here and it's so easy to edit. So jump shot, right? So with the jump shot, you can choose your own jump shot, customize it. I'm not going to take too long on this, guys, because it's going to take ages, but let's just say I give him a Rudy Gay base. I'm not creating a jump shot, but let's just say we give him a clay release one and around a 60-40 blend. The second release could be, let's just say Devin Vassell. Now this jump shot is atrocious, but that's the point. You make your jump shot. Now we move on to the other 6 for shooting, which is your free throw, your go-to shot. Let's just say we give him a Jason Tatum go-to shot, dribble pull-up of, you can pick, there's so many players you can pick from, but let's say we give him a KCP pull-up, which I actually use a lot. And then a spin jumper is not really important, but you can give him Andrew Wiggins. It's actually a nice spin jumper. And then hop jumper, let's just say because he's 6'9", you're most likely going to see a lot of big men in this. but let's say we give him Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is very, very, very effective. Now we move on to layup and dunks. It's giving him SGA, but I want to give him James Harden. Let's just say I want to give him James Harden. And for go-to dunks, you can choose from any players that's available in the MyCAREER. They're all available here as well. LeBron as the go-to for number one, and then we give him Tracy McGrady, and then we give him, for example, Aaron Gordon. Now moving on to the one that I know all of you love, which is your ball handling signatures. You choose anybody. I'm just gonna go with Jalen Green. I actually like Jalen Green. Passing style, you can choose anybody. I'm gonna choose LeBron, right? I'm gonna choose LeBron, or let's just say I choose Tyrese, right? I want JT's signature size up, and then I want regular breakdown of Jimmy Butler, and then yeah, the rest can just be customized. Hesitation will stick to Jimmy Butler. So typically for motion style, I'll always go with Jalen Suggs, or I go with Alex Caruso, but Jalen Suggs is really nice. You can customize your pre-game kind of animations. And then for your jump shot ritual, this is also really cool. You can customize it. Let's just go for Kyrie. And also you can actually have your player have like dunk emotions where you can have him be calm or intense. You can have him be chewing a gum as well, which is really cool. Now signatures has been done, which was actually the most important thing of all. Now we move on to hot zones, where you can customize your own hot zones and make them however you want. Like I'm gonna have a couple on hot, and then I'm gonna leave the rest because otherwise it'll be very, very easy. Let's just say those are my hot zones. Now tendencies is the other important thing that you shouldn't really worry about really, because you're the one that's gonna be controlling the player. So essentially, if you're not simming games, these aren't really important because you're the one controlling the tendencies. But I would suggest that you change them to your liking a little bit, just in case you sim throughout the season. You want your player to play to the same standard that you're controlling him. I would suggest that you change this a little bit. This can be a little funny at times, so change it to whatever you like and just save it. You know what I'm trying to say? But we're not going to get into it right now. Now, obviously, the final couple of things you can do is obviously customize the way your player looks, which is accessories. You can apply whatever you like to your player. A headband, of course, like you always do, put the logo wherever you like. You can apply some arm sleeves. You can apply your compression pants. And then obviously, just like you do in the MyCAREER, you go to the NBA store and you buy them. It's practically the same thing. There's actually a couple ones that aren't in the MyCAREER files, I think, in terms of arm sleeves. You have this arm sleeve here, which I don't think is in the MyCAREER files. And for lower body, I think there is a couple ones that aren't in the MyCAREER files as well, which is if we go to here, so you don't want to go to knee, you want to take off the knee stuff. What you want to change is, I'll show you guys. So now that we've taken off the knee sleeves or whatever we had on, if you go to leg, so if you go to right leg, there's actually a couple ones that aren't in the MyCAREER files, which is this, a calf sleeve, which is really, really cool. You have another one, which is padded. A lot of players wear this. I think LaMelo wears this, and I always put it on my players. It's really, really cool. So you have this one. Let's just go through them really quickly. You have this one, obviously, which is in the MyCAREER, and then you have the strap. You have this, which this one is used by Ant, which is the calf band. It's also really cool. And then you have another version of the calf sleeve. You can also go to shoes and gear and apply any sort of shoe that you think of or you like. Literally all the models are available. I forgot to mention with shoes, you want to go to not model, you want to go to colorway, because model has all the base colors, which is black and white. You want to go to colorway, and then you go down to, for example, Kyrie's. We all love Kyrie's, so let's go down to Kyrie's, because I don't think they're in the game anymore. I'm not too sure. And one of the really, really cool Kyrie's that we all grew up wearing or wanting to wear is, for example, the Kyrie 3s, right? You click on the Kyrie 3s, all the colorways come up, and let's just say we give him this colorway, right? So he's going to be wearing these, and yeah, essentially that's all you can do. You can customize your player. You can give him the sort of socks that you want. We can't do it because we have the calf sleeves. You can give him an undershirt. You can give him a long sleeve undershirt. Yeah, man, it's all customizations that I would suggest you guys get into. It's really fun. You can do compression shorts, compression pants. You can change the length of your shorts just like you do in the MyCAREER. So everything is here, and essentially that's how you create your player. So now that we're done creating this player, you want to export this player, right? So you want to export this player and you want to name it. This is going to go to your files. So you're going to save data, save everything about the player, and you're going to name him. I'm going to name him Hamza, for example, because his name is Hamza, for example, right? He's going to be saved. And because I have a lot of builds, I have to replace one. Let's just replace Rondo CP3, because I made a video about Rondo and CP3. It's saved in my files. I can officially exit and save it, and it's going to be here. In case it's not saved, I can come back. As you guys can see, he's an 85 overall, 6'9", 21, 210 pounds, and it even names you the build. If I move my face cam, As you guys can see, as I move my face cam, it actually gives you a name for the build, which is a two-way mid-range slasher, perimeter defense, mid-range shooting, and inside scoring. Essentially what I created. Now, the most important thing is how to apply it to the specific team that you want to play on. So now we go back to front office, we go back to roster, and we're on the Celtics again. We go back down to Ben Powell, and we edit him. And essentially what you want to go to is you want to go to import player DNA, right? As I mentioned earlier, you go to download NBA player DNA or load, and you click R1 twice to go into the files. It shows you there R1, L1. I don't know where it is for Xbox. And you go to your files, and then you scroll all the way down to a file that you just saved, and its name is Hamza, right? I don't know why it has 9 downloads. It shouldn't. This is the player that we created, right? That's the player, that's the shoes, that's the build, that's the tats. We just created that player. Go down to complete, which is the same thing, and you save the player. And now your player is on the roster, actively on the roster. You can actively be playing. But what you want to do is you want to actually obviously go back down to the main menu. You want to go down to coach and coaching game plan, and you want to basically reset it so your player is in the roster and officially in the rotation so you can play. And as you can see, because I applied that I wanted to come off the bench in the first season, he's coming off the bench as the 6th man at 28 minutes. You have Isaiah Thomas, Gerald Green, Jay Crowder, Kelly Olynyk, Al Horford, and then you have the player that we just imported. What you can also do, if you go back to the main menu and go to roster and click options, you can actually play around with the positions and change the positions of the players. So let's say because this team lacks a power forward, let's just say I want him to be a power forward actually. So I can just change him to a power forward if I click up and down with my right stick. But essentially that's really what you can do. If you guys wish, I can actually do a full My League tutorial on auto customizations, everything in the My League files that you need to be aware of whenever you play. I can happily do that, it's no problem. But you can customize your obviously your offense, your defense, how you want to play, and you can actually play around with shot tendency as well. Click options and then click triangle. Once you get to shot tendencies, as you can see, my player's shot tendency is quite low. I want it to be at an 85. So my player's shot tendency is an 85. That's just if you sim. If you play with your player, you're the one controlling everything. You're controlling everything. Now, another really important thing I want to get into and show you guys is the settings. You want to customize the settings. So back out to the main menu. If you click circle and go down to options, there's a lot of settings that you need to be aware of. So let's start with trades. With the trades, you can play around with the trade logic and everything. I would advise you keep it the same, but the only thing I would advise is if you lower the trade frequency a little bit, because a lot of players get moved very often. Essentially what's going to happen is you're kind of in control of the Celtics, so you're going to be receiving a lot of trade requests. So you're going to be the person in charge actually. I'm going to get into how to play a lot, but you're the GM kind of right now. So if you don't want to see any trades and don't want players moving around, just turn it off. You know what I'm trying to say? Nobody's going to move around. You're not going to get told to trade anybody, but I would keep it. I would keep it. And the other thing I want to show you guys is in settings, if you go down to, not general yet, if you go down to position, the player lock, because right now you're controlling every player if you play, just toggle with R2 all the way until you get to your player, which is KJ. We just made him, right? So now I'm controlling this player. Apparently it's an 82, it's not an 85. And then another thing you need to be aware of is when you go to general settings, here you want to make your quarter length longer than 5 minutes, really. Let's just say I play 7 minutes when I play my career. You can actually have injuries being turned off, or you can have them be on and lower the frequency of a career-ending injury. This is to make it realistic in case your player goes out and then you want to bring him back. Oh, cool. You can bring him back. I'll show you guys how you can remove injuries as well. In case you do get an injury that you want to remove, I'll show you guys how to remove it. But this is the most important slide that you need to be aware of. So now for gameplay difficulty, I think it just starts at pro. You want to put it on Hall of Fame or Superstar, depending on what level you want to play on. I play on, most of the time I play Superstar, to be honest, because Hall of Fame is a bit annoying. And this is the slides if you're playing My League. If you're playing My Career here, like I'm showing you guys right now, you shouldn't really worry too much about this. So I would leave it the same. If you don't want to play around, you can actually apply realistic slides and have it be a very realistic simulation. So I would click triangle, just go to settings, general, click triangle, and then you'll see here NBA realism is a cool one. Realistic settings is also a cool one by JBG or Mr. Beast apparently. I would just apply one just in case. It's going to give you all realistic settings. See, he's put down career ending injuries to 10 because it happens often. And that's about it really. Another thing to be aware of course, if you do get an injury and you want to take it off your player, just go to edit, go to vitals, scroll all the way down till you see an injury. Let's say you had an injury where it says you was going to be out for 58 days. You don't want to wait 58 days in order to play. You just come here, put it back down to healthy, and then boom. I'm trying to say the injury's gone and you can play again like normal. Obviously guys, if you sim, I mentioned about the trades. If you do sim, you might see a couple right here. There's a trade for your own player, which could happen. And it's just teams, because you're controlling the Celtics, teams are going to throw offers at you in order to get a player or any player on your team. I would decline it if you don't want to accept it. If you want to actually be in control of the team whilst playing, which is really cool, you can actually negotiate. But obviously, we're not going to send the player we just made for Clint Capella. So we're going to accept or decline this offer, sorry. If you want to sim, this is how you sim. Let's say you don't want to play any of these games. Let's say you mark the Kings' game on your calendar and you want to play that game. To get to play that game, just click on play and then it will sim all the way to the Kings and then you can play it. We'll get into it, but that's another trade that I want to show you. It doesn't involve our player. Let's say you really don't want to have Jay Crowder on your team, right? You don't want Jay Crowder on your team and you want to actually accept this because, oh my God, J.R. Smith, like that's a cool trade. That's all you have to do. You can negotiate, you can get more players if you want from the other team. Literally, if you want Chris Anderson instead of Richard Jefferson, you can go and ask for him. If you don't want to trade Paul Jennings, for example, you want to trade, let's just say you want to trade the Burks instead, you can do it, right? And then you just click options and then they accept it. And now you have J.R. Smith on your team. I didn't want to trade J.R. Crowder, but I just wanted to show you guys just in case you're interested in making a trade. And yeah, he's now the shooting guard. I can go back to being a small forward, but Jaylen Brown is probably going to be starting. So if we go back to coaching and coaching game plan, and reset it, now Jaylen Brown is starting because we traded Jay Crowder. But that's essentially it. That's the most important stuff you need to be worrying about, to be honest. Yeah, that's really it. So now if we go into a game, let's say we want to play the Knicks, right? So no, we're not going to trade Marcus Smart. Leave me alone. Right, so we're here about to start the game. As you can see, with the starting lineups, you can customize uniform and choose the specific jerseys you want to play in. Let's say we go with the green. You can change the leg sleeves to black and roll around with whatever you want. Let's just say we go with that, and then you can actually customize the other team as well. Let's say we want them to play in white, just in case the colors don't really, you know what I'm saying? Let's just start the game. As you guys can see, it's literally going through exactly what you see in the MyCAREER with the intros. The Knicks are 0-7 apparently, which is crazy. I'm gonna skip all of this stuff. It's all second nature. Oh, because we made a trade. Oh, I'm very sorry. We go back out. We can exit at any time. It's okay. Because we made a trade, it resets your player lock. So you want to go back and actually player lock your player again. Because we made the trade, it reset, which is my fault. I should have known better. We're gonna start the game again, and I'm gonna walk you through a quick kind of guide on what happens really. So as you can see, we skipped the stuff and the game is about to start. We're not controlling any player. Before we start, there's a couple things I want to show you. You can adjust your camera settings like you do in the MyCAREER. Now for my content on TikTok, I play on floor swivel, which is really close and low. I know a lot of people don't like it, so let's just go to the basic. Let's go to the basic 2K low. You can adjust everything, which is really cool. And then we're gonna start. So we got the ball. I'm not playing. My player is not on the court. I can choose to watch, or I can just click X and then it's gonna sim. And now my player's on the court. As you can see over there, I'm guarding Carmelo Anthony. He's coming off screens. I want to D up. He goes up and misses, but I got the board. And now I have the ball. It's just like MyCAREER. It's literally all like MyCAREER. Now I can call for an isolation, get into my size up like PGs, step back, go to the left, and then try and dunk it. And I missed. But essentially, that's all you're doing. You're playing MyCAREER in the 2016 era on the Celtics, and I've just shown you how to do that. Right, so as you can see guys, I'm gonna pause it really quickly. As you can see in that top right corner, if you have a look, I don't want to waste all the time, you have your stats, your rebounds, you can keep track, and then obviously your actual in-game stats, your name and everything. But I'm gonna go for a screen from Kelly Olynyk. I want to score on Melo. Oh my God, I'm getting caught up. Let's just get in the post and try to fade it. And it's a white. It doesn't go in. We get the rebound again. Come back out, Isaiah. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. Give me a screen. Give me a screen. So we get in the Jimmy size up like we applied. We go to the right and we can pull up for the midi. Green bean. You get what I'm trying to say? It's really fun. That's how I actually play in the MyCAREER. But essentially, that's what you're doing. You're making the player. You're sliding him in any era that you want. And then you're having fun and enjoying the game. We're not going to take too long here. You can just either sim the game to the end, or you can actually simcast. If you don't want to play the whole game, you can jump in. Sorry, you can go to simcast live, and then simcast all the way to, let's just say, the fourth quarter, right? End of fourth. You don't feel like playing the whole game, you can jump back in and you're going to be in the game. But that's it really. We're going to sim the whole game, and I'm not going to keep, you know, just quitting. As you can see, we win 108, 105. Really, really cool. But essentially, this is how you apply your player to the Curry era, to the LeBron era, to the Kobe era, any era that you want. This is how you apply your player and start playing MyCAREER. As you guys can see, we made him an 85 overall. We made him 21 years old, 6'9", 210, more forward, etc. You can customize all those things. It's all free. It's all really fun. I'm going to show you really quickly if I was to apply that player to another era, just in case some of you want to play in a different era. Again, we go to the MyNBA. We go to a new file and we create a new file, and then we go to the Kobe era. Or actually, let's just go into the MJ era because I want to play with MJ. But let's just say you want to play in that era. I would advise that you don't make your player have 99 3-pointer in that era because that's not realistic. But essentially the same thing. You're clicking options and then you're going to the Bulls and it's going to load. Again, use the 92 draft class. And as you can see, Jordan is on the Bulls with Pippen and Grant and everyone. I'm going to go all the way down to a filler player and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to import player, load and download player DNA. I'm going to go all the way to my files, which is on the right. Go all the way down to the player we just created, which is called Hamza. Import everything, and now you have your player. And now you have your player in that era. I don't know why the shorts are like that. That's crazy, but you keep it, you change it, and now here you see Hamza Hoops. But here you go, you see him in the starting five alongside Jordan and Grant and everybody else. So yeah, essentially that's how you do it. I just wanted to show you another era just in case somebody wanted to play in a different era. But guys, this is exactly how you can import your MyCAREER character to any era of your choice that's on the game. As you can see, we put him on the Celtics and you're gonna have a great time, guys. If you do this, it's gonna be very, very fun. You can again put it in the modern era and play after the trades for next year. It's all really fun. You guys need to explore the game and know what's exactly available on 2K because there's a lot of stuff that's available for the mass, but people don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Creators don't make content about it and you wouldn't know. Essentially, I just showed you that. So go have fun, enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Again, we're very close to 1,000 subs. We're at 850, which is insane. Shout out to you guys. God bless. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.